All right, diving in today, folks, we're tackling something pretty huge, intelligent agents. And, just to be clear, we're not talking about your everyday software here.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
talking about something way more proactive, digital entities that can actually perceive their environment.
Hmm.
They can reason, they can learn, and then they take action to achieve goals.
Mm.
It's a whole different ballgame from just passive programs, right?
Absolutely. It's like the next evolution of software, really.
It is, and it's all driven by this need we have, this hunger for greater efficiency, better accuracy, and just fundamentally new ways of getting things done.
Yeah, it's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
For sure. Now, from the looks of things, from
Hmm.
the sources you sent over, you've really gone deep on this, haven't you? So you've explored all these different angles.
Well, I tried to cover as much ground as I could. It's such a fascinating field.
It is. We're seeing these intelligent agents popping up everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Every industry is trying to figure out how to use them. Then you've got all these different business models springing up around them, where things might be headed in the future, the nitty-gritty of actually getting these systems working, and of course, some pretty big societal questions that come along with all this.
Definitely, yeah. There are a lot of implications to consider.
So our mission here, and it's a big one, is to extract those key insights from all that information you've gathered
Okay.
and really try to grasp the transformative power these intelligent agents have without getting lost in the weeds.
I get you. It can get pretty technical.
It can. So first things first, can you walk us through those must-know characteristics, those things that define an intelligent agent? What makes them tick?
Okay, so at their core, there are a few key things to understand. First off, you've got autonomy.
Right.
These agents, they're designed to operate to a large extent independently without someone constantly having to tell them what to do.
So a degree of freedom.
Right. Then there's perception. That's how they gather information from their environment, whether it's through sensors, data streams, all sorts of input.
They're taking it all in.
They are. Next, you have reasoning, which is all about processing that information and making those logical deductions to figure out what to do next.
So they're thinking things through.
Exactly. And then, crucially, they have the capacity for learning, which means they can improve their performance over time, getting better as they encounter more data and see the results of their actions.
It's constantly evolving.
Exactly. And finally, they're goal-oriented, which means they're always working towards achieving specific objectives. Those things they're designed to do. It's this combination of capabilities that makes them so unique and powerful.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about reacting in the moment.
No.
It's about having a purpose, having a goal, and then figuring out how to get there.
Right. It's about intelligence and purpose combined.
Exactly. Now, you also mentioned these different categories of agents.
Yes.
Can you give us a quick rundown of the main types we should know about?
Sure. I think the easiest way to grasp this is to think about it in terms of increasing complexity.
Okay, I like that.
So at the simplest level, you have what are called simple reflex agents. These guys, they react to immediate situations based on a set of predefined rules.
Okay.
Think of a spam filter, right?
Right.
It sees an email with certain characteristics, and boom, it tosses it into the junk folder. Or a thermostat, when the temperature drops, it kicks on the heat. Very straightforward cause and effect.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's the next step up in complexity?
Next up, we have model-based agents.
Okay.
Now, these are a bit more advanced because they maintain an internal representation, like a model of the world around them. This allows them to make decisions even when they don't have all the information right in front of them.
Interesting.
Like a good example here would be a chatbot that can actually remember the context of your conversation,
Right.
and use that to give you more relevant answers.
So it's not just reacting to the immediate question you're asking.
Exactly. It has a sense of history.
It's building a picture.
Oh, okay.
Then we have goal-based agents. Now, these guys, they're not just reacting or keeping track of a model.
Right.
They actually plan out sequences of actions to achieve specific goals.
Ooh, that sounds smart.
It is.
Yeah.
Think of those autonomous robots navigating a warehouse,
Right.
picking and packing items, or recommendation systems like on a shopping website,
Yeah.
suggesting products you might like based on what you've bought before. These are goal-based agents thinking ahead.
So they're not just following a set of if-then rules.
Nope.
They're actually trying to achieve a specific outcome.
That's it.
That's impressive. So what's next?
Building on that, we have utility-based agents. These agents take things a step further.
Okay.
They actually assign a value, what's called a utility, to different possible outcomes.
Okay.
And then they try to make decisions that maximize their overall utility. So it's not just about reaching a goal.
It's about reaching it in the most optimal way
So
possible.
it's about making the best possible decision.
Exactly. Think about those AI trading bots.
Oh, right.
Constantly crunching market data, making trades to maximize profit while minimizing risk. They're all about maximizing that utility function.
They're playing the odds. Okay, so what else have we got?
Then you have, of course, learning agents.
Learning agents, right.
These are the ones that, as the name suggests, can actually improve their performance over time through experience.
They get better with practice.
Exactly. They can adapt to new situations without having to be reprogrammed for every single possibility. That spam filter we talked about earlier, if it learns from your feedback about what is and isn't spam, it becomes a learning agent. It's constantly refining its understanding of what you want.
It's getting smarter over time. It's learning from its mistakes.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, the last category we had on the list was multi-agent systems. What are those all about?
Ah, yes. Multi-agent systems. This is where things get really interesting. This involves multiple intelligent agents working together,
Okay.
communicating with each other to solve complex problems that a single agent might not be able to handle on its own.
So teamwork.
Exactly. AI teamwork. Imagine a network of self-driving cars coordinating their routes to optimize traffic flow across a whole city. That's a multi-agent system in action.
That's pretty amazing. So it's not just about a single intelligent agent.
No.
It's about the power of multiple agents collaborating.
Right. And this really highlights a key trend we're seeing, what we might call distributed intelligence. These multi-agent systems, they're becoming increasingly important. And we're seeing a shift, a significant one, from that more basic static automation to a much more dynamic approach to problem solving. And it's really driven by these learning capabilities embedded within these agents.
So they're not just following a pre-programmed script.
Yeah.
They're actually adapting, evolving their strategies as they go.
Exactly. They're learning and adapting on the fly.
That's really fascinating. Okay, so we've got a good handle now on what intelligent agents are, those main categories they fall into. And, you know, the outline you sent mentions this really broad landscape of applications. It sounds like they're cropping up just about everywhere.
They really are. It's pretty amazing to see how versatile these agents are. The sources you shared really dig into how they're being applied across all of these different industries, like healthcare, for instance. It's a huge area for intelligent agents.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the patient data that's being generated all the time.
Yeah.
These agents can analyze that data constantly, which allows healthcare providers to be much more proactive in their approach and deliver truly personalized care.
That makes sense. Instead of waiting for symptoms to become really obvious,
Right.
the system can potentially flag early warning signs.
Exactly. They can monitor vital signs, track whether patients are taking their medications, process all sorts of health indicators in real time,
Right.
and alert medical staff if anything seems off.
Wow. So beyond just monitoring, what else are they doing in healthcare?
Well, AI agents are also analyzing those massive data sets of patient information to help suggest tailored treatment plans
Okay.
and even identify potential health risks years in advance. And they're also taking on a lot of those administrative tasks like scheduling appointments, managing electronic health records,
Right.
which frees up doctors and nurses to spend more time with patients.
That sounds like a major win-win. More efficient, potentially better patient outcomes.
Exactly.
What other areas of healthcare are seeing this kind of impact?
Oh, lots of them. AI is assisting in medical diagnosis across a bunch of specialties, analyzing test results, medical history, reported symptoms.
Really?
Remote patient monitoring is becoming way more sophisticated with wearable devices and IoT sensors.
Right.
You know, constantly feeding data to AI agents that can instantly flag concerning trends to healthcare providers. We're also seeing AI playing a huge role in speeding up drug discovery.
Oh, well.
You know, analyzing tons of biological and chemical data, it used to take forever. And then virtual health assistants are becoming more common, giving patients that first point of contact for basic questions, guiding them to the right resources.
So it really is a transformation happening across healthcare. Now let's talk about another data-heavy industry, finance.
Oh, yeah, finance is definitely undergoing a huge shift.
How so?
Intelligent agents are right at the forefront, especially in areas like fraud detection.
Okay.
They can analyze those massive volumes of transaction data in real time, picking up on those subtle patterns that might point to fraudulent activity, often much faster and more accurately than traditional methods.
That's pretty remarkable.
And of course, algorithmic trading has been relying on AI agents for years, analyzing market trends, executing trades at lightning speed.
Right.
And customer service and finance is getting a boost from those AI-powered virtual assistants and chatbots that can handle basic inquiries and even offer personalized financial advice.
So faster, hopefully safer transactions for everyone. What other applications are we seeing in finance?
Well, AI is being used to improve the accuracy and speed of credit scoring and risk assessment for loans.
Right.
In portfolio management, AI-driven investment strategies are becoming more popular.
Okay.
And they're streamlining all those back-office tasks like data entry and report generation. Even compliance and regulatory reporting are being made more efficient through AI. And we're also seeing those personalized financial planning tools emerging, the ones that analyze your spending habits and give you advice.
So AI is really having a big impact on the financial landscape.
Hmm.
Now, what about education? How are intelligent agents changing the way we learn and teach?
Oh, education is a really fascinating area. We're seeing these agents being developed as personalized learning companions.
Really?
Yeah, tailoring the learning experience to each student's needs. And they can automate grading for a lot of assignments, freeing up teachers' time for more individual support.
Makes sense.
And they can adapt learning materials in real time based on how a student is doing, offering customized explanations and resources.
That's pretty cool.
They can even help with administrative tasks like scheduling and tracking student progress.
So it's almost like having a personalized tutor available all the time.
In a way, yeah.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about customer service. We've all encountered those chatbots.
Oh.
How are things evolving in that area?
Oh, customer service is definitely being transformed by AI. Intelligent agents can handle customer inquiries with amazing speed, and they're getting much better at personalizing their responses based on customer data and past interactions. They can provide support 24/7 across multiple channels,
Wow.
and they can even analyze the sentiment in customer communications to better understand their emotional state.
So it's moving beyond just answering basic questions.
Right.
It's about understanding the customer at a deeper level.
Exactly. They can even anticipate potential needs based on past behavior. It's all about creating a more efficient and empathetic customer service experience.
That's a big step up from those clunky chatbot interactions we've all experienced. Okay, let's shift gears to manufacturing. How are things being impacted there?
In manufacturing, AI agents are being used to optimize the entire production process. They're being used for things like optimizing production schedules, streamlining inventory management, predicting when machinery needs maintenance, and even improving quality control.
Wow. So smarter, more efficient manufacturing overall.
Definitely. They can analyze huge amounts of data generated by the manufacturing process, which translates to lower costs and better output. And they're also helping to improve safety and reliability by gathering data from all sorts of sources, including those IoT sensors embedded in equipment.
And what about those unexpected breakdowns that can really mess things up?
Yeah, that's a big one. Predictive maintenance is a key area where AI is making a difference. Identifying those potential equipment failures before they happen can save a ton of time and money.
Definitely. Now let's talk retail. How are intelligent agents impacting how we shop?
Retail is seeing a huge impact, especially when it comes to personalized shopping experiences and product recommendations.
Right.
AI agents analyze tons of data on customer behavior, their purchase history, browsing patterns, and even demographic information to offer those tailored product suggestions that are more likely to resonate.
So more relevant recommendations.
Exactly. And they can provide real-time information on product availability, optimize inventory, and even implement dynamic pricing strategies.
Okay.
Customer support in retail is also being enhanced through those AI-powered chatbots that can answer questions, provide information on warranties and returns, and basically guide customers through the whole buying process.
So a smoother, more personalized shopping experience for the customer.
That's the idea. And behind the scenes, they're helping retailers with demand forecasting, supply chain optimization, and targeted marketing. It's all about creating a seamless experience across all channels.
Yeah, transportation is another area that's really being transformed by AI.
Yeah, absolutely. In transportation, we're seeing these agents enhancing route planning, optimizing fares, and improving how passengers get information, all aimed at creating a smoother transportation experience overall.
Okay.
In freight, They're optimizing loads for trucks and ships, automating scheduling, and even handling things like billing and payments more efficiently.
Wow. So it's impacting logistics in a big way.
It is. Dynamic route optimization is a big one, adjusting routes based on real-time traffic and other factors. They're also helping with demand prediction for ride-sharing services, improving customer service through intelligent dispatch, and even contributing to fuel efficiency.
So smarter, more efficient transportation all around.
Exactly. And of course, we can't forget about self-driving cars.
Right.
Those are essentially very sophisticated intelligent agents on wheels.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, a huge one. We're also seeing AI agents in air traffic management and even in emergency response, optimizing resources and coordination. It's pretty amazing.
Now, cybersecurity is another crucial area. How are intelligent agents helping us stay safe in the digital world?
Cybersecurity is becoming increasingly reliant on intelligent agents to fight off those increasingly sophisticated cyber threats.
Makes sense.
They can analyze massive amounts of network traffic and system logs in real time, looking for anything unusual that might indicate an attack. They can spot vulnerabilities in software, recognize weird login patterns, and detect new types of malware. And by constantly learning and adapting to new threats, they provide a much more proactive defense.
So it's like having an always-on AI security guard.
Pretty much. And crucially, a lot of these AI-powered systems can actually respond to threats in real time,
Yeah.
isolating infected systems, blocking malicious traffic before it can do any real damage. We're even seeing AI-powered chatbots being used as security concierges, answering questions, giving advice on best practices.
That's pretty cool. So they're really helping us stay ahead of those bad guys.
They're definitely making a big difference.
Now, switching gears a bit, let's talk about agriculture. How are intelligent agents being used out in the fields?
Agriculture is a really interesting area for AI. We're seeing these agents optimizing how resources are used, analyzing data on things like soil composition, weather patterns, and plant health.
Okay.
They're also very good at detecting crop diseases and pest infestations early on, allowing farmers to intervene quickly and prevent major losses. And we're even seeing AI systems that automate weed control with much greater precision than traditional methods.
So smarter, more sustainable farming practices.
Exactly. They're also monitoring livestock health, controlling irrigation systems, and even powering those drone-based aerial surveillance systems for large-scale monitoring of crops.
That's pretty impressive. And finally, let's touch on entertainment.
Okay.
How are intelligent agents impacting how we play games, watch movies, and enjoy ourselves?
Entertainment is definitely seeing a lot of innovation with intelligent agents.
Us.
In video games, they're creating non-player characters that behave in much more realistic and engaging ways. They're also starting to transform content creation in music, art, and even storytelling. Those personalized recommendations you get on streaming services are powered by AI agents that analyze your viewing history.
Right.
We're even seeing applications in event planning and in creating more interactive and personalized entertainment experiences. And in film and television, AI is being used to automate certain aspects of video production and create those really complex visual effects.
It's really incredible how far-reaching the applications of intelligent agents are.
It is.
They're touching almost every aspect of our lives. Now, let's talk about the business ecosystem that's sprung up around these agents.
Right.
It's not just about the tech itself. It's also about the companies involved and how they're bringing these solutions to market.
That's a key part of the story. The market for intelligent agents is a really dynamic and fast-moving ecosystem. You've got those big tech giants and then all those innovative startups.
Right.
And they're all playing a role in developing and deploying these technologies across all of those industries we've been talking about.
So who are some of the key players? It sounds like there's a lot of activity.
There really is. In healthcare, you've got Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA investing heavily, along with those specialized companies like Hippocratic AI and Notable Health, focusing on specific applications.
Okay.
In finance, there are companies like Dossit and Osome offering AI-powered accounting automation. Then you have those established cybersecurity firms like Darktrace. In customer service, there are giants like Salesforce and TalkDesk, as well as those AI specialists like OpenAI and Google DeepMind.
Right.
Manufacturing sees involvement from Salesforce and Oracle, plus those niche providers of industrial AI solutions. In transportation, you have Waymo and Cruise developing those autonomous vehicles.
Okay.
Cybersecurity has big players like Microsoft and Google, but also those dedicated security firms like SentinelOne and CrowdStrike. Even in agriculture, you're seeing companies like John Deere and FarmSense developing AI-driven solutions for farmers.
It's a really interesting mix.
And in entertainment, Companies like Watto FX are using AI for visual effects. It's really across the board.
It is. And what about the business models themselves?
Yeah.
It can't all be about selling traditional software licenses, right?
No, not at all. Software as a service, or SaaS, is very common,
Right.
where companies offer access to their AI platforms or solutions through subscriptions. Companies like Docet and TalkDesk are good examples. Licensing is another big one, where companies that develop those core AI technologies or algorithms license them out to other businesses. And a lot of the specialized AI companies also offer consulting services, helping businesses figure out their AI strategy. We're also seeing those platform-based models emerging where companies provide a whole environment for businesses to build their own AI agents.
Hmm.
Google Cloud AI platform is a good example. And interestingly, we're even starting to see marketplace models popping up where developers can create and sell their own specialized AI agents, kind of like an app store. And then in some areas, like with those self-driving cars, the model often involves a hardware-software bundle where the AI is built right into the physical product.
It's fascinating to see all these different approaches. Now, how are these companies actually making money from all this? What are the main monetization strategies?
There are a few key ways they're bringing in revenue. Subscription fees, as we mentioned with SaaS, are very common, like Salesforce charging on per conversation or per user basis.
Right.
Transaction-based pricing is another one where companies pay for each AI interaction, each query processed. We see that with some healthcare companies and cloud-based AI services.
Mhm.
Then you've got data analytics services, where companies leverage the insights generated by their AI agents and sell those insights as a service. Licensing fees are still a big thing for those core technologies and algorithms. Some providers are going with value-based pricing, where the cost is tied to the actual business value delivered. And then there are those freemium models, where the basic features are free, but you pay for more advanced features or higher usage.
So, a lot of different ways to monetize this technology. Now, let's get a bit more technical. How are these intelligent agents actually built and deployed?
Right, okay.
What platforms, what programming languages, what kind of integration strategies are typically involved?
Yeah, good question. Implementing intelligent agents effectively involves a bunch of technical considerations. First off, you've got all these different development platforms and frameworks.
Right.
You have those powerful open source frameworks like LangChain, TensorFlow, and PyTorch, which are great for developers who want to build highly customized agents. Then you've got those cloud-based platforms like Google Cloud Vertex AI and Microsoft Azure AI, which provide a lot of scalable infrastructure and pre-built models. And for those who aren't hardcore coders, you've got those no-code, low-code platforms like Cogniflow and Glide, which make it easier to build AI agents using visual interfaces.
So, something for everyone.
Right. There are also more specialized frameworks like Dialogflow, which is specifically for building those conversational AI agents and chatbots.
Makes sense. Now, what about the programming languages used to develop these agents?
Well, Python has really become the dominant language for developing intelligent agents.
Okay.
It's relatively easy to learn and read, and it has this huge ecosystem of machine learning libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch. Java is another popular option for those big enterprise-level AI systems. JavaScript is becoming more relevant, especially for building those conversational agents that are embedded in websites and apps. C++ is sometimes preferred for applications that need super high performance and low-level control, and R is still popular for data analysis and statistical modeling.
So, lots of options depending on what you're trying to achieve. Now, what about getting these agents to talk to those existing systems and data that companies already have? Integration must be a huge challenge.
Oh, it definitely is. You're right, integration is a critical aspect. Successfully implementing these intelligent agents often hinges on how well they can integrate with a company's existing IT infrastructure and all their data.
Right.
So the first step is usually data ingestion, which is basically bringing in all that data from different sources like databases, data lakes, and APIs into a format that the AI agent can use.
Okay.
Then API integration is crucial, allowing the agent to talk to other systems like CRM and ERP, pulling in the information it needs and triggering actions within those systems. Real-time integration is often essential, requiring constant data synchronization. And we're seeing more adoption of ARG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, where the agent pulls in relevant info from a knowledge base to generate better responses or guide its actions. Testing and validation are super important to make sure everything's working correctly. And then ongoing monitoring and maintenance are key for keeping things running smoothly. And of course, you need strong data governance and security measures to protect sensitive data and those ships in the loop controls for situations that require a human touch.
So it's really about making sure these agents work well with everything else that's already in place.
Exactly. It's about building a cohesive ecosystem. Now, looking ahead, what's next for intelligent agents? What trends are on the horizon?
Yeah, what does the future hold?
The future's looking pretty exciting. I think we can expect to see even more personalized experiences, especially in customer-facing industries, as AI agents get better at understanding individual preferences.
Okay.
Deeper integration with the Internet of Things, or IoT, will lead to smarter homes, more efficient industrial automation, and more responsive healthcare monitoring systems.
It's like a more connected world.
Exactly. Natural language processing will continue to improve, making interactions with AI agents more natural and intuitive. And we'll see those AI agents with greater autonomy, able to handle more complex tasks without much supervision. And there's a big push for ethical and responsible AI, making sure these technologies are used for good.
That's really important. What else is coming down the pike?
AI agents will likely play a bigger role in the workplace, automating routine tasks, providing insights, and helping people focus on more creative work.
Right.
They'll keep getting better at learning and adapting, which is crucial in a world that's constantly changing. We'll see them being used in even more industries, and that concept of agentic AI, where machines exhibit more advanced cognitive abilities, will continue to evolve. LLMs, those large language models, will make these agents even smarter and more conversational.
Right.
They'll get better at tackling multi-step tasks, and those AI-powered digital assistants will become even more proactive and helpful. AI-driven healthcare has huge potential, especially in areas like personalized medicine and drug discovery.
Wow.
We'll see more self-learning agents that can adapt to new situations without tons of training. And there will be more focus on AI governance and ethics as these technologies become more powerful. We'll also see advancements in computation with faster processors and maybe even quantum AI, which will give those agents a huge boost in processing power. And we'll see deeper integration with existing enterprise software, leading to more autonomous, intent-driven agents.
So it's going to be a really exciting time for this technology.
Absolutely. It's going to be transformative.
Now, what are the experts saying about all this? What are the predictions for the future?
Well, the experts are pretty optimistic. They see huge growth potential for intelligent agents. Gartner, for example, predicts that a big chunk of enterprise software will have those agentic AI capabilities within a few years. Forrester thinks agentic AI will be a must-have for businesses to stay competitive. And McKinsey sees a massive opportunity for these agents to automate complex workflows and boost productivity. Market research also suggests that the AI agent market could be worth over $50 billion by the early 2030s. And a lot of companies are already experimenting with and deploying these technologies.
So there's a lot of momentum behind this trend.
There is. It's going to be a major force in the tech landscape.
Now, to really drive this home, can you share some examples of how intelligent agents are already making a difference?
Oh, sure. There are some great examples out there.
Okay.
Like in healthcare, Tampa General Hospital is using AI to automatically create those clinical summaries for doctors, saving them time and letting them focus more on patients.
Mhm.
AI is also being used to help with medical diagnosis and create personalized treatment plans. Remote patient monitoring systems are getting better at catching problems early. And Darktrace AI has actually prevented some serious ransomware attacks in healthcare, protecting vital systems and patient data.
That's really impressive. What about finance?
In finance, JP Morgan Chase has put AI to work in their fraud detection systems, and they're seeing big improvements. HSBC is using AI to fight money laundering, making detection of suspicious activity faster and more accurate. Ant Group is leveraging AI for loan approvals. Wells Fargo has AI-powered chatbots for better customer service, and OCBC Bank is using AI for personalized wealth management advice.
So AI is making finance safer and more efficient.
Definitely.
What about customer service? Are there any good examples there?
Yeah, Delta Airlines has this Ask a Delta chatbot that's reduced call volumes to their call centers. Heathrow Airport is using AI to handle a bunch of passenger inquiries. Expedia has integrated ChatGPT into its app to help people plan trips. And Klarna has seen a huge drop in their issue resolution time since they started using AI-powered chatbots.
Wow, some impressive gains in efficiency there.
For sure.
Now, what about manufacturing?
There was a consumer electronics company that saw a significant reduction in their inventory costs after they started using AI agents for better demand forecasting.
Okay.
They also cut down on manual reporting time and shortened their lead conversion time. And their whole supply chain became more efficient.
So, real bottom line impact. What about retail?
Amazon's personalized product recommendations are a big part of their success, and those are powered by AI. Walmart is using AI for better demand forecasting to optimize their inventory and reduce waste. And Zalando personalizes search results based on what each user has looked at before.
So, personalization is really key in retail.
It is.
Now, what about transportation and cybersecurity?
Uber uses AI for matching riders and drivers more efficiently, and DHL uses it to optimize their delivery routes.
Okay.
In cybersecurity, Darktrace AI neutralized a big ransomware attack incredibly quickly. Gmail uses AI to filter spam, and CrowdStrike has stopped some cyber threats in their tracks using AI.
Those are some powerful examples.
They are.
And what about agriculture? Any standouts there?
Yeah, AI-powered systems are being used to detect crop diseases with high accuracy so farmers can take action early. Blue River Technology has developed systems that drastically reduce herbicide use by targeting weeds precisely. And AI is helping to optimize irrigation schedules and detect pest infestations early on, making farming more efficient and sustainable.
Well, this has been a really eye-opening look at intelligent agents. Thanks for walking us through all this.
Oh, no problem. It's a fascinating topic.
It really is. It seems like this technology has the potential to change just about everything.
I think so too. It's really just the beginning.
And it's important to remember that with all this potential power, we need to use this technology responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. That's crucial. We need to make sure it benefits everyone.
Well said. Thanks again for joining me on this deep dive.
My pleasure. It was great to be here.
And thanks to all of you for listening.